it felt smaller. And that was all to the good, because I reckon that after The Wrong Trousers, yes, we're talking about the Wallace and Gromit vengeance most foul piece. And I'm talking to my UK viewers, I suppose, really, on Christmas Day. After the Wrong Trousers, which was so popular, I believe that they'd become bigger and bigger and bigger. Or they had more intention. That's understandable, because The Wrong Trousers had so much of that sort of caper feel to it. And it was done so well. So I understand. But the Were-Rabbit, and there is one after that, isn't there? I mean, I enjoyed the Were-Rabbit, but I didn't really find myself as involved. It lost some of its charm. And that's back. Now, Nick Park, who of course is still at the centre of this, had said, I wonder what it would be like if Wallace invented an automated AI gnome. I'm misquoting him probably, but the basis of it springs from that. That's exactly what he does. So, your plot, and I'm not going to give you too much, because you probably already have seen this, haven't you? He invents the AI gnome, and of course Gromit's not very happy because he's about humour. It's about only connecting. It's about this is about being together. It's about a relationship. It's not about cheese. It's about the way a relationship can be formulated around cheese. It's not about inventions. It's around the way that relationships can be formulated around inventions. That's what it's all about. And so one thing you do have, which you get at the end, is that he has invented so many things to help us, has Wallace, that even patting the head of his beloved Pooch, his beloved dog Gromit, is now part of the Patomatic, which is an arm with a hand on it. Doesn't hurt him, but it doesn't make him feel excited or interested or loved either. Of course, the last scene you get is him doing that. Of course, is Wallace giving him a lovely pat, a lovely scratch. It's beautifully done. And it made me tear up a bit, to be honest. Now, the plot is about the AI robot that Gromit is not very happy about, because he doesn't really want a robot buddy. He'd like to do things himself, like working in the garden. The robot, Wallace is misguided, isn't he? And often is. And he doesn't understand people. He doesn't read people, does he? He has a kind of autism in that way. He doesn't really, you could say, doesn't read people. So he doesn't understand that Wallace doesn't want his garden to be tidy and geometric and all of that. And that's the way it works out and turns out. Of course, though, that AI Norbot, it's called, and voiced by Reece Shearsmith, you never know, it's been treated, that voice, with a kind of creepy smile, is then changed from, and it's just a drop-down box. Someone hacks into Wallace's computer. Welcome to Wallace's secret files. The password, cheese, funnily enough, and it changes it from good to bad. It's a drop-down box. That's all it is. And that's generally what happens in computing, isn't it? Big comments made round here about this. And then that one Norbot creates lots of different Norbots to do nefarious things, like stealing things from people's gardens who have booked them, because they've been on TV, of course. Up North is the TV news channel. They've been booked to do lots of gardening work. And most people have their stuff. Where's my shed? Where's my tools? And they're making lots of other things. Well, a submarine, actually. But somebody must be pulling the strings. Who's pulling the strings? Well, that's another reason why this is so good, because they've gone back to, and it doesn't feel like a retread at all, they've gone back to The Wrong Trousers and the extraordinary and nefarious villain, Fellas McGraw. You know, the penguin who puts the rubber glove on his head and people think he's a chicken. So we've got that. We've got all of that. He is pulling the strings from the zoo where he's been sent. And as a side plot, there is the blue diamond, which of course he tried to steal in the Wrong Trousers, being put on view, and the local Bobby and his new PC, the local Bobby voiced by Peter Kay, in a very homely, lovely way, And by the way, Wallace, of course, Peter Sallis has passed, so it's a difficult ask, isn't it? Ben Whitehead, who's a younger actor, is the person who's voicing that and doing a beautiful job in that. For the first 5 minutes, I thought, I'm still looking to see where the differences are. That ended fairly quickly. That's the sign of him doing that beautifully and connecting with the character as well. Because it's not just about doing the voice, connecting with the character too. I'm lecturing you there, aren't I? Yes, I am. I should stop that. So, that's the basic plot. But the thing about this is that it's beautifully done. There are very, very few voices here. Yeah, 5. Only 5. There isn't the kind of superheated denouement. There's a denouement with barges and aqueducts, which is lovely, actually, and beautifully done. And actually gets your heart in your mouth a bit, actually. It's really well done. But you don't get that sort of superheated, now this is happening, now this is happening. I'm on a runaway train where I have to lay the track. That happened in the wrong trousers, all of that. You don't get any of that, really. You get a calmer, nicer, and because they're on barges, until Feathers gets a new engine on here, it's a speedboat engine, it's all a bit quiet and calm and slow, and the whole thing feels warm and cosy and comfy and smaller. There is not an aspiration here. It doesn't feel that we could push this one out to Hollywood. It doesn't feel that way. It's done in collaboration with Netflix. It's parochially English. It's got lots and lots of references to certainly to Greater Manchester and the Wigan area, and that's beautifully done. It really has a smaller, lovely, draw up a chair, get a cup of tea, get some cheese, and have a lovely look at this. It's ours. That's the way it feels. It originated with you, but now it could be everybody's. This is more about, I've come home. I've come home and I want to make this again. And whether we'll get another one, I don't know. But if we don't, this is a beautiful way to end on, because not only is it about the characters coming together and connecting, it's about the makers of this connecting with us. Their audiences, their core audience, if you want to use demographic speak, but the audiences who first found it with a grand day out and even before then. And that is the main connection here and the absolute beauty of it. Ta-ta.